think it even says, math is my favorite. All right, easy there, cards. All right, so tomorrow is your quiz. Test, Unit 2. Today we're going to review all things Unit 2. On top of tomorrow being test day, you should also have week 6 homework, green colored packet that is also due tomorrow. And then on top of that, you should also go back and you should look at weeks 4 and 5. If you haven't gotten a perfect score of 3 out of 3 on weeks 4 and 5, you should also fix those ones that you got wrong, they're circled, fix those ones, and then turn those back in so that you do get 3 out of 3. Okay. All righty, here we go. So what we're going to do today is we're going to have a bunch of different things. Some of them will be graphs. That's why I gave you a piece of graph paper, but some of them won't be graphs. So it's totally up to you as to where you should have enough space on the pink graph paper that I gave you today too, to do all the other ones too. But okay, so there's my relation. The 3 follow-up questions, I had to make sure there wasn't a 4th follow-up question. The 3 follow-up questions are, what's the domain of that function? Actually, we're going to add a 4th. Yes, we are going to add a 4th. Let's go, what's the domain for 1? Make sure I'm on what's the domain? 2, what's the range? 3, function, not a function. And 4, give me the mapping of that one. So we get practice with mapping. As you're going through and doing these today, if you come upon something that you don't remember how to do, consult your notes. And then also make a note of that, because that's something that you will need to study for tonight. All of the things that you see today are on the test tomorrow. So if there's something that you are not 100% sure of or puzzled about, make sure that you, 1, ask questions about it, and 2, study that then tonight. Yeah? So, let's dive into this one. The domain of this function is going to be the inputs, the x values. So I've got a -5, I've got a -1, I've got a 3, and I've got a 4. And remember, domain is a set. So we have the squiggles or the braces. I think they're called braces. Those curly Q type things that I can't draw. What is the range? The range is the outputs or the y values. -2, 3, 6, and 7. Function, not a function. Not a function. Why not a function? We have a repeated in the x values. We have 3 repeats. So this is not a function. If I took this one out, okay? If I took that out of my relation, would it now be a function? Why not? Ray says no, because we still have a repeat in the y's. Agree or disagree? Disagree? Can we have repeats in y's? Yes, we can have repeats in y's. We just can't have repeats in x's. So that would then become a function. The mapping then, so we're going to have -5, -1, 3, and 4. We're going to have -2, 3, 6, and 7. So then we just got to draw a line. -5 goes to 3. 3 goes to -2. -1 goes to 3. 3 goes to 6. And 4 goes to 7, I'm guessing. And 4 goes to 6. Yes. Oh, what?
-5 is less than x is less than 4.
No, because that would say that we would have all of those numbers in between there, and because this was just points, we just want those specific numbers. Now I pick up what you're laying out. Okay. Any questions on that? Okay. There will be stuff like that on the test run. Next one. Find the equation of the line through the point 1, 4 and parallel to y equals 2x minus 3 in slope-intercept. Cool. First thing I need to identify is I need to identify the slope of my current line that's given to me. That slope is 2. I want to be parallel, so the slope that I'm going to use then is going to be the same, because parallel slopes have the same slope, or parallel lines, excuse me, have the same slope. Okay? If it was perpendicular, then what are my 2 words that I need to go to find the perpendicular slope? 2 words. Opposite reciprocal. Okay? Perpendicular is opposite reciprocal. So I have it through that line. Now, some of you do the y equals mx plus b to solve for b. Some of you use the point slope form. Okay? Either way, we should get here then y minus 4 equals 2 times the quantity x minus 1. So we have y minus 4 equals 2x minus 2. We would add 4 to both sides, and we would get y equals 2x plus 2, because that is slope-intercept form as y equals mx plus b. Agree? Did you do y equals mx plus b to find b?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's fine. You would get, so then you would go, so you would say then 4 equals 2 times 1 plus b. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah? Okay. And so then you get 4 equals 2 plus b, so you get 2 equals b, and then you go right there. Yeah. Yeah. Same thing. Okay. Yep. Same thing. Find me the equation of the line through those 2 points, this time in standard form. So first thing you gotta do is you gotta find the slope. So we're gonna subtract the y's over subtracting the x's. 2 minus -7 is going to be +9. -1 minus -6 is going to be come on now, work for me here, positive 5. Okay, so that's the equation, or that's the slope. Yes. Okay. Again, using point slope form, or if you use y equals mx plus b to find b, that's fine. We go y minus 2 here. It doesn't matter which point I use, actually. That's going to equal 9/5. First thing that I would do, because standard form has no fraction, no decimal, I would get rid of the fraction right from the start by multiplying through by 5. If I multiply through by 5, then I've got 5y minus 10 equals 9 times the quantity x plus 1. Then I can distribute this time. That would give me 5y minus 10 equals 9x plus 9. Standard form has x and y on the same side, so I'm going to then subtract 9x from both sides. Standard form has the numbers on the other side as my two variables. So then I'm going to get here negative 9x plus 5y equaling 19. And we're okay with a negative a value. If you went positive 9x minus 5y equals negative 19, that would be fine also. Those would be the only two that. Questions on standard form and making a line? Seeing, hearing none. Let's go on to this next one. Now we're on the graph papers. I would like you to graph f of x. Remember, f of x is just the same as y. Y is greater than negative 1/2 times the absolute value of x minus 1, then plus 5. Graph that bad boy for me. So this is an absolute value graph, so that means it's going to be a V. We have a vertex at the point 1, 5. Remember, we think oppositely with h because it's inside the absolute value. 1, 5 puts me right there. We then have a right side slope of negative 1/2. That means we're going to go down 1 and right 2, and we're going to continue that pattern as far as we can go. We have a left side slope then of positive 1/2. We want this to be a V, so we're going to go down and left. There. Because it is just a greater than type 1, we are going to have a dash V. We did not go through the origin, so I am going to test point the origin. 0 greater than negative 1/2 times the absolute value of 0 minus 1, then plus 5. Absolute value, or 0 minus 1 is negative 1. Absolute value of negative 1 is positive 1. Positive 1 times negative 1/2 is negative 1/2 plus 5 is 4.5, and that is a false statement. So instead of shading inside the V, we are going to shade outside of the V. And since you guys are all superstars at this, we'll use stars. Questions on that one? Moving on to graphing this one. Graph this inequality, please. Before we graph this, okay, first off, I'm going to graph it as if it were 2x plus 3y equals 15. Before we get graphing on that, because I want to graph it in a couple of different ways. Remember, we have three ways to graph lines. We've got y equals mx plus b, so we can solve for y. We've got t-chart method, and we've got intercept. And I want to go over that intercept method one more time for you. So if I want to graph this via intercepts, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to say 2x equals 15. And then I'm going to solve that, and I'm going to get x equals 15 halves. That's going to give me the x-intercept. Because I set y equal to 0, that gives me the x-intercept for that. Oh, sorry, it is negative 15. My fault. That just changes there, and then changes there, and then changes there, and then changes there. Okay, good catch. Yeah. So that gives me that one. To find the y-intercept, then I set x equal to 0. And that would be 0, negative 5. Now, when you're giving those giving those intercepts, they are points. They need to be in point form. So not just x equals negative 15 halves there, negative 15 halves, 0. Okay? Alright? Graphing that then, so I can graph that using that one. So negative 15 halves is negative 7.5. Negative 5 is negative 5. Solid or dashed line. Solid or dashed. Dashed line because it's not an equals component. Did we go through the origin? No, we did not go through the origin, so we can test point the origin. 2 times 0 is 0. 3 times 0 is 0. 0 is greater than negative 15. That is true. So we would shade then that whole side. Yeah? Good. Good times. So, for the last mod today and going into tomorrow, you have the week 4 homework, which I think was that one brown or was that one pink? It's pink, I think, yeah, that one was pink. Okay, yeah, week 4. Week 4 homework was pink. Okay? So, the formative was green. Whoa. Whoa, what happened there? That was kind of weird. Whoa! Why are we, bro? Eh? Week 5 homework, that one was brown. And then the one that you're working on right now, at that cream colored one. Okay? So number 4, you should make sure that you have done. Okay, you can check your answers on Canvas. The other 3, if you did not get 100%, make sure you go back and fix those to get 100%. So we do have plenty of stuff to be working with.